Just a reminder that this and all my other videos are made for doll collectors or adults buying dolls for others. This is not a video for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you very much for listening. Hello Internet! My name is Kelsey and welcome back to my closet. So, you guys voted and the first of the two Shadow High dolls that you wanted to see is Miss Heather Grayson.
Is this your ball on our lawn and your gray on our gray?
So, I had quite the adventure trying to find Shadow High, so let me just tell you this real quick. I went 45 minutes because Brickseek told me that a Walmart had some of them in stock, and I was like, okay, I'm out of here. So I went all the way there. Unfortunately, they were not on the floor, or so I thought. The employee said that he could try to look in the back, but it might take a while because he didn't know where they might be. And so I was like, I don't have time because I have an appointment to get to, which was an hour back in the other direction. So I was like, okay. Bye! A couple days later, I was unexpectedly off because I was supposed to go do this school observation thing, but they were like, oh, it's Good Friday, you can't come in after all. So I was like, okay, whatever, but I took off of work, so I'm hanging around, and I looked on Brickseek again, and then it said that they were in stock at a store 20 minutes in the opposite direction of where I originally went. And I was like, okay, this time I'm gonna do it because this time I can wait for them to look for me, right? So I go into the toy section, they're not there. I asked the lady, I don't think she knew what she was doing because she was like, oh, I don't know how to look up where they are or whatever. And I was like, okay. So I had a couple other things to get while I was in there. I'm walking around and I'm sad because I'm like, they're here, in here. I can feel that they're in the building and I can't get them. And then lo and behold, I'm walking past the Easter section with my head down and I look up and there's the display and I'm like, what are you guys doing here? And so there they were all there and I was like, ah! So I was like, why is there no location on the floor on their app to say that it's in the seasonal section? But whatever, they were there, and now I'm thinking that maybe they were in the seasonal section in the first Walmart that I went to and I just didn't realize because I didn't go over there, but whatever. I got them now, I got Heather, and I got Nicole, but you guys wanted to see Heather first. So we're gonna look at Heather. Also, it was in a really bad spot. I was trying to examine because, you know, as we Rainbow High people have to do, we have to examine everything before we buy it. I was trying to look over because there's like 4 of each one and I wanted to make sure I got a good one, but people were going crazy because it was Good Friday and they wanted Easter stuff. I was blocking them, they were blocking me. It was very weird. There was even a lady who was like saying to her sister, her mother, whoever she was with, and she's like, do you think that she has this one? Looking at them, and I said, no, they just came out. She definitely doesn't. Sorry for eavesdropping on you, random lady, but you know, I wanted to be of assistance. So anyway, long story short, let's look at Heather. Shadow High, oh my gosh. So, as we already know, Shadow High comes in the mirrored box. That is the opposite direction from a regular Rainbow High box. They're $29.99, and there she is! Oh my gosh! It's her second outfit. There's the characters on the bottom, and there's everybody on the back. And it says, Rainbow High has officially met its match. Expect the unexpected from the fine arts students of Shadow High. Did anyone watch the Shadow High episode yet? Because first of all, she wasn't in it, so like, why? And then secondly, why is everyone so cranky over there? I have a theory too that Veronica and Naomi are either Rainbow High rejects, that's why they're so against Rainbow High because they didn't get in, or because of the rainbow makeup on their eyes, which very closely matches to Ainsley, who is supposed to be going to Shadow High, and maybe they're related to her somehow. And I know they have different last names, but they could be just pretending. Storm could be a fake last name. The other thing that is on this box is a QR code, and it says meet the students. So I just want to look at that. So let's look at Heather's bio real quick here. It brings up the Shadow High website. Heather Grayson might look intimidating, moody, and, well, gray. But what you see definitely isn't what you get. She's one of those girls that is always fun to be around and, more importantly, always makes you feel included. Aw, that's so sweet. Her kindness can leave you glowing even after a short encounter, and she always offers up good advice. Heather is also fearless when it comes to voicing her opinion, even when it's not what everyone else thinks. She knows how to stay true to herself. At Shadow High, she is a special effects makeup focus, specializing in the most amazing looks. Her love for makeup and all things Halloween stems from her early childhood, where she would curl up and watch old black and white scary movies with her grandpa. And she was in black and white too. She may love a good scare, but Heather is fearless when it comes to following her dreams. So that's what Heather's personality is kind of like. And we still don't know why they're gray. I'm not gonna get over it. People are just like, you expect me to just sit here and accept that there are just some people in the world who are gray? And you don't go to Shadow High automatically because you're gray, because even they said in the episode, you know, we got into Shadow High. So you have to apply and attempt to get in there. Maybe being gray gives you extra points, but like, why are they gray? Why? Okay, let's open her. It has to be the easiest Rainbow High doll that I've ever opened. I do really like the new box design that they're doing. It's definitely more simple. The fact that these things slide out now instead of having to pull off the weird plastic thing, definitely helpful. And here is Miss Heather, and her hair has no product in it except for the front pieces, but that's okay because the main part is soft. But it does have creases in it from the box. So the thing is, and I noticed this and now I understand what's going on here. I noticed in the store that all of the Heathers had like smudging on their foreheads, or you know, that's what it looked like in the box in the store, but I think it's the gel, and I don't know if it's noticeable on the camera, but like right up here, the gel got on her forehead. So hopefully if I just wash it off, that will go away. Otherwise, her face looks great. Her hair is rubber banded onto her elbow. Why did they rubber band the hair onto the elbow? I took her jacket off just so it would be easier to get a better look at her, because I feel like it would have gotten in the way. So let's look at her face. So she has an off-white kind of skin tone. It's like the palest gray, but you can tell it's not white because her hair is so stark white. It's definitely a gray tone. My mom looks at them and she's like, but I don't like that they're gray. And I'm like, you don't get it. How could you not get it? And you know, Heather was not my first choice. I was really into Nicole, I still am. I really like her sporty style, but I think what won me over for Heather is the glitter makeup. You know, you wouldn't think that the Shadow High dolls would have glitter because they're so edgy and like, oh, we don't like sparkle. But after reading Heather's personality just now, maybe she's a little bit more on the sweet side, so she can embrace some of the things that Rainbow High people are known for, but she makes it still work for her in Shadow High. I mean, she even has glitter in her eyebrow. Like, who does that? That is so cool. She's got glitter in the eyebrow, she's got glitter in the eyeliner, glitter lipstick, and I saw people taking pictures of her out in the sun, and like the way the sun caught the sparkle in her makeup was just so nice, and that was when I was like, okay, now I need Heather. I also need to get Chanel, because after seeing her in the episode, I love her. She was amazing. She even has glitter under her eyelid a little bit. She's got like a white underliner, and then the smoky gray going out over the regular eyeshadow. Icy blue eyes. They're so pale and cool. And another thing that I really liked about her was the hairstyle and everything, and the fact that she's got all this stuff in her hair. Like, the hair clips that they've been doing for Rainbow High have their charm, you know, they're cute, but these are really cool. Like, having the rings in there, and they're definitely not gonna fall out because they're actually wrapped around the hair. They're nice and secure. On this side, she's got a safety pin and then a plain ring here, right? There's nothing on this one. No, that's just like a plain ring and an H. There's her little H. And then on this side, she's got another safety pin that looks like it has studs on it, and then another plain ring, and then an S. And her hair, like where the rings are, they're actually in braids. These are both little braids that have the rings, and then she's got, of course, the tendrils. Her hair on this side is mostly stark white, and there's also, you know, the stark black on this side. And again, soft and shiny and no product in it, but there are 2 gray streaks coming out from the top of her head. One goes into the one side and one goes into the other, and there's also a little bit of gray in the white tendril here. It's almost like yin and yang with shades of gray. Like, it's not so opposite, it's poetic. I'm sure that's not really what they were going for. But we are taught to read into too much in English class with symbolism. Maybe it is what they were going for, who knows? But then she's got her pigtails, and underneath she has extra hair on rings that are tied into the pigtails. That's just like so interesting that if you took this out, you'd just have a ring with hair. If you didn't like this, maybe you could take this and like root a doll with it. I don't know. But the hair, it also has a little bit of the gray in it. You can see it more in the black, that it's black and gray. So it's the same as her main hair. Very interesting. It's a very unique style and it's done well. She also has earrings, which are silver bamboo hoops that say shadow, and they're the same on both sides. They both say shadow. And a spiked choker that is black with silver studs. Very cool, very edgy, and the middle piece does say SH, of course. Just because we're not at Rainbow High anymore doesn't mean we can't plaster Shadow High over everything. Then we move down to her dress. Now, I'm not usually into snakeskin and like animal print and stuff. That was one of the reasons that I wasn't originally like super drawn to Heather, but I think in the black and white color scheme, it works really well. It's a lot nicer than when it's like browns and greens and stuff. It's a strapless dress, and it actually doesn't have like clear straps or anything to hold it up. It's just really tight to her body, so it stays on its own. There's a faux zipper here and a little like black flap. I guess that's just supposed to be like a pleather black strap with a little stud, and then there's a faux zipper trim at the bottom here that goes around to the seam, and then there's pleather trim that kind of starts here and goes around to this end. So it gives it like an uneven look, almost like she took a piece of fabric and just like wrapped it around herself in just the right way to make it look like a dress, and it works. So it's really cool, and it's a nice thick shiny kind of pleather. It doesn't have any like texture to it either, which is another thing that I guess would kind of put me off from like a snakeskin thing. So just having the smooth pleather for me personally is nice. I do rather like this. And you can see too though that it's really tight because the Velcro isn't even totally on, and that's how it's staying up. It's just because it's so tight on her that it doesn't need the clear straps. Then we have her hands, and the Shadow High girls have new hand molds with super pointy poke your eye out nails, and hers are painted black. And on this hand she has a ring. She has a silver ring molded onto her thumb, see right there, and it's just a silver ring. You can't even really see any details. And then we move down to her boots. They are this pearly iridescent white with silver snakes on the sides here, and the snake is like wrapping around the heel and coming up and around. That is some Banff stuff. We'll say Banff because I think I could get away with saying that without YouTube getting mad. I like that. I think that's really cool. Definitely not something you would expect from Rainbow High after all we've seen of Rainbow High, but like I love that they have this line now where they can design things on the level of Rainbow High but with extra edge to it. Because even just watching the show, the Rainbow High characters are very sugary sweet, you know, their personalities aren't extremely deep, but I feel like we can get deeper personalities here. The episode, they were all like more real teenagers in that episode about Shadow High. Not all perfect. They argue about stuff. They don't all like each other and are best friends, you know? Like, I like that. I like the edge. Part of her first outfit, which again, I took off because I didn't want it to be in the way, is this jacket, which feeling it, it is so soft. This pleather that they used, really soft. I really like it. And it's even lined on the inside. Like, what? We have a white silky lining on the inside, and then the jacket itself is a cream colored pleather. Each side has a Shadow High patch on it, and there's like a skeleton design. This is like a spine back here. We've got a lot of faux zippers. The lapels here are tacked down with thread. You could probably snip that if you really wanted to, but I think better to have it that way because then it's like not in the way. And then there's the collar. And what's great too is that there are clear straps on the inside here so that you could have her wear it like a regular jacket, but you could also do that off the shoulder look and keep the straps on so that it's not gonna fall off of her. The off the shoulder look is really cool, but it would be difficult on a doll to keep it on without those straps. So that was a nice extra touch. And of course we've got the lacing on both sides as well. There's also the clear straps at the bottom, maybe to help hold it on like her lower arms. I don't know if I would use them. There are also little buckles here. I think those are actual metal aglets, or if not, they're just really good plastic aglets. This is really nice. It's a really, really nice piece. And it's, like I said, super, super soft pleather. So let's look at her articulation. We have, of course, her head movements. We got the shoulder and, oh, that elbow cracked. Her elbow, her wrist, of course, the hips. Oh, and we can even move the hips pretty well even though the dress is tight. Upper thigh and the knee. So that is Miss Heather. Now let us look at her other stuff. So of course we've got our MGA comment card. We have the Shadow High stand, which is basically the same as the Rainbow High stand except it has studs around the bottom. And it says SH on the front. It's a clear, almost clear glitter and matching comb, which also is slightly different from the Rainbow High combs. It has an SH on it and it has studs going along the top. Her second shirt is this very, very sheer shirt. I mean, she has to wear something over or under this shirt. But it is a snakeskin print and it's just made of tooly, thin, sheer kind of material. Like I said, long sleeved. And to go over that, she has this black shiny pleather bodice with ribbon straps and silver buckles, silver studs going down. There's 2 lines of them on each side on the front and 2 lines of each on the back. A little BDSM, but very cool. Her second pants are basically the same material as the dress, the same pleather snake print. There is a slit on the inside, on each side, to make them more like bell bottoms. They have their real working back pockets and front pockets, and a little stud on the front. She's not gonna be able to get in these pants, I can tell already. And finally, her second shoes. We have these pumps that also have snakeskin print. It's not as easy to tell. It looks a little more pixelated, like geometrical on the shoe than it does on the clothes, but it's the same snakeskin print. Got 2 straps on the top. The heels are very thin, and there's lacing molded in on the back. So that completes her second outfit. And now we have to try it on. All right, here is Heather in her second outfit. So let's do the sit test on the pants. I'm sure they're going to pop right open. Ta-da! That's always a problem with the Rainbow High pants. But anyway, otherwise, no issues. Hallelujah! I finally got a Rainbow High doll without any defects! Yes! So, yeah. The only other thing that I will say is the second shoes are a little bit difficult to get on because there's no slit in the back. And I know that would ruin the design with the lacing in the back, so I understand why they didn't put it. But you're gonna want to be careful because the strap parts I could see breaking pretty easily if you take the shoes on and off a lot. The only other thing is you can't even really see the straps with these pants. Like, you would have to pull the slit back to really see the straps, so it kind of defeats the purpose of even having them in the first place. But otherwise, she looks really cool. She's a snake queen, you know? She's slithering around and she's cute. I am glad that I decided to give her a shot after all. I think she is very, very pretty. And I can see why you guys really wanted me to open her first. I like her even more now looking at her. She's just really cool. And I'm so excited to play around with all of the neutral black and white and gray clothes that we have now so that we can dress our Rainbow High dolls in stuff that is not coordinated to their hair color. I'm very very excited about all of Shadow High. I think the designs are really cool. I love the edge. I love that they're taking things up a notch, and I hope that things are only going to get better. Maybe we'll get more of a goth doll. Like, I would say she's probably the closest thing to like an alt goth. Not like character wise necessarily, we don't really know that yet, but style wise, probably the closest alt goth sort of character that they've made, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's more on the way. One critique that I do have on Shadow High is the lack of hangers. It would be nice if we got hangers in the future, but if the lack of hangers is what led us to having other fun accessories like her hair stuff and the jewelry, I guess I can find some other way to store the clothes. Somehow. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of Heather and of Shadow High. Have you found them yet? Definitely check out the website BrickSeek to help you try to find them. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and until next time, bye.